It's nice to meet you. What's your name?
Dylana.
Dylana? I'm Jana.
Hi, Jana.
So how was your trip here today?
It was good. I was coming from Vancouver, so traffic was kind of bad.
Oh, were you on I-5?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Assuming you were sitting there for a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Just a couple minutes, but no, it was fine. It's a nice day out, so.
That's true. It's sunny.
Yeah.
Get a good view of Mount Hood.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Gone that way 3 times. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. But other than that, no trouble getting here.
No, it's good. Good riding.
It's Dylana. You don't go anything else for short?
No, Dylana's fine.
Okay. Just checking. So I just want to start out letting you know kind of what the roadmap, I guess, of our conversation is going to be, like what to expect out of this.
Okay.
So basically, I just want to get to know you and what your concerns are and what you'd like to talk about during our time together. And before we move on into that, I also have to let you know that I'm a confidential resource, and so our conversations are private. But if you say something that could be with the intent to harm someone else or harm yourself, then I will have to let my supervisor know, just because we're trying to keep you safe, want to see you safe, want to see other people safe. And so, yeah. Do you have any questions so far?
No, sounds good.
No? Okay. So what brings you in? What's on your mind?
Well, I've just kind of been thinking a lot about my health, and I've just been kind of struggling with eating healthy, I guess, in my life, and I can tell that the ways that I eat or the meals that I've had have just not been the best, and it's been affecting my energy level and just like my ability to like engage and just different things in my life, and so I just kind of want to talk about that and maybe figure something out or just kind of talk through it, I guess, with someone. So yeah.
So you're seeing the way that you're eating kind of affect other areas of your life, that you were saying?
Yeah. I work with kids a lot, and I just interact with people a lot of the time, and that takes a lot of energy usually. And so I can definitely tell, like, I hate it when my energy's down really low when I'm with kids, because I want to be able to, be engaging and excited. But if I'm just really tired because I haven't eaten like a very good breakfast or something, then it gets frustrating, because I just don't feel like I'm ready to be in the classroom or, with kids or coaching or whatever. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So it feels like you're not able to. It feels like you're not able to be like as engaging with them, or
like give 100%, I guess, because I'm just tired or not. And it's not that because I don't get enough sleep. Like, I'm usually pretty good about getting enough sleep. I think it's just I don't eat the right foods to like give me the energy. So yeah.
Okay. So would you say it's fair to say that right now the way you're eating, like you feel like, would you say you feel like sluggish, or just like you feel more tired?
Yeah, I guess. I just feel like I don't have the right, like when I eat good and I eat a good meal, then I feel really good afterwards, obviously. And I don't feel like that after every meal I eat, I guess, because I think I wait too long sometimes to eat because I am really busy. That's part of the problem, is that I don't have a lot of time. And so I'm trying to figure out how I can work in preparing meals and like things like that, and even just realizing that that's an important thing I need to do. I don't think I like prioritize that. It falls to the bottom, or I just find something that's quicker. And so I think that's part of it too. So
yeah, because cooking takes time.
It does.
To go and buy all of the stuff and look for those groceries, and then to actually prepare it and wait on it. And I understand how time would definitely be a barrier.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Is there anything that you've tried in the past to change, like try to have healthier eating habits?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it a lot, and like when I do have more time, like during the summers when I'm not in school and I have like my evenings free, I enjoy cooking. I enjoy making things. I really like Pinterest, like finding stuff and like
recipes.
Yeah. But it's just so that it's been successful then when I do have time. And I think I know, like, I'm really realizing how important it is. So I think I'm getting to that point where I just need to like accept, and like maybe I need to like schedule time out in my day to say, okay, I'm gonna need 45 minutes to cook and eat dinner or something like that. So it's been successful, and I've like really thought about it, but I just don't think about it as much as I should.
So when you have the time to sit down and plan out, like, here's what I'm going to eat, like, here's what I'm going to prepare, and you're able to look up those recipes on Pinterest. In the past, that's been something that's worked.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's fun that way when I have time.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, it's something I really want to, like I enjoy cooking and baking, and it's something that I want to, like, invest more time in. It's just right now in my life, it's just not, like, working out
Right.
so well.
Because it feels like there's not enough time to sit on Pinterest
Yeah.
and find a recipe and one that
And then go to the store.
and one
be
that's
healthy.
inexpensive.
Yeah.
And expensive.
Yeah, and healthy. Yeah.
So I've heard you label a couple of different things that sound like some hurdles to being healthy. So time being one. Also, we talked about cost a little bit. And is there anything else that you feel like is a big part of?
Time is definitely the biggest. Money is definitely in there. I guess just knowing, like, what to cook. You know, I'm not that old. I grew up with my mom, like, making me dinner every night, to be honest. I was very blessed with that. So I'm realizing now, like, how much work it is. And so something that I'm kind of struggling with is, like, knowing what to cook and, like, knowing how long it's going to take, or, like, how to make, like, a balanced meal. And a lot of times I'll eat breakfast for dinner, which is fine, but, like, bacon and eggs every night is not a good dinner. Not that I do that every night, but, like, there was several times where I eat it, like, 3 nights in a row, and I was like, I need to stop. So I guess just, like, knowledge of, like, what to eat, and Pinterest helps with that, but I mean, that's kind of silly. So just like, knowledge of, like, what to eat and things like that. That's, like, a little bit smaller. I've come a long way with that just over the past, like, couple of years and everything, and I enjoy, like, trying stuff out, you know, kind of figuring it out. So it's mostly time, but that's also part of it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just because of you said, like, you're a very engaged and present person, and you're, like, working with children, and I mean, I would just say props to you for, like, thinking long term, just because like you do have a lot of things with school and work and other commitments that you have, and like I think you said this, like, college students tend to, because there's so much going on, just kind of eat whatever, and our bodies are pretty fine. You don't have to. But I think that's really mature, and also just like look, like, more future minded, to look down the road and say, like, I can't eat like this forever. Like, I can't eat bacon and eggs every night. Like, to keep that perspective of the future in mind. So
Thank you.
So what would you like to work on first? The time? Because I mean, from what you just said, it sounds like knowledge isn't as big of an issue.
Yeah.
So would it just be
time?
Time.
Yeah, like, trying to figure out where I can fit that in, I guess, and, like, also just some way to, like, help me remember, like, that it is important that I should be, like, setting time aside to eat, basically, and prepare healthy things and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So time would be what we work on first.
Yeah.
So what are some of the issues with time? What does the lack of time look like right now?
I mean, my schedule's sort of changing, but this past, like, year, it's just been, I've had quite a few night classes, and so especially, like, this past fall, I had class at 6 Monday through Thursday, and I would work or something, or coach until 5, and so I had an hour in between, like, really less than that, usually like 45 minutes, and to figure out what I'm gonna eat for dinner. And then I'd be in class until 8 or 9 o'clock, and then I'd come back, like, starving, basically, like, really hungry. And so then I'd, like, make something, and so that was kind of tricky. This past spring, it hasn't been quite like that. I only had 1 class, but still, like, I was just working, or, like, just doing other things, and I think I just don't prioritize it, and so I don't really make time for it. And so I guess, I don't know, I feel like I just need to, like, I don't know if I, like, having a set time every night for dinner would be very helpful, like, okay, 5 o'clock, because that's just kind of unrealistic with my schedule, but, it's just, like, that crunch, like, in the evening, I feel like, where it's, like, I just get home from work and I have so much homework to do, or I have to go to a meeting, or I have, like, something else going on, so.
And in the one situation you described, the getting done at 5 and then having a class at 6, like, that's only an hour, so I mean, it sounds like you wouldn't have time in that scenario to really sit down and eat.
Yeah.
If you haven't prepared it ahead of time.
Yeah,
exactly. Would that be true? Is that true?
Oh yeah, no, that's totally true. And like you bring up a good point, like preparing things ahead of time. I think that's what like I need to do to make up for time, because if I don't have time to prepare it, but an hour is still enough time to eat something. So I think it would just be working in the time ahead of time to prepare it, so when the time comes, it's ready, I guess. And I don't have to like think about like, okay, I need to do this, prepare this, and do this. It would just be like there. Yeah.
Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being, and I would assume this isn't really where you are, 1 being, like, I know I'm not eating that healthy, but like it's really not that big of a deal. And 10 being, I am going to, like, I'm only shopping at New Seasons and I'm getting like organic everything and I'm eating super clean and making a drastic lifestyle change, like doing it tomorrow, like changing your lifestyle tomorrow. Where do you think you fall in that continuum?
Probably like a 5. A
Sure.
5 in the middle, yeah. Because I mean, I recognize the problem, and then I know I need to like kind of, just for my own health benefit's sake, for now and in the future, I need to kind of make a change and like be more conscious of what I'm feeding or not feeding my body and how it's affecting my ability to do all the things that I'm involved with. But I don't think I'm quite there where I'm gonna go to like New Seasons and drop like $400 on groceries, because I would love to do that probably, but again, like I don't know if I even know that much about like all the organic foods and stuff. So I think I just need to like start eating more consistently, I guess. Like I have a pretty like quick metabolism, so I eat something and then I'm fine and then I get hungry right away. And it's also like where I'll eat something and I get full really quick, and so I think I'm good. And it's kind of like a problem because then like I could eat like, a handful of crackers. I'm like, oh, I'm fine, but I'm really not.
Yeah.
I mean, I am fine, but it's not the best thing. And so, yeah, I'm probably like a 5, like in the middle, kind of like trying to figure out what my next step needs to be, I guess, if that makes sense.
I think I might have put that scale in the wrong terms.
Oh,
so I guess in terms of motivation to make time.
Okay, I got you.
Because that did just sound like
I got you.
that. Yeah, that was a way bigger jump. Like motivation to make the time to plan out those things. Like I guess a 10 being like, oh, like I'm about to start journaling. Like this time I eat breakfast, this time I eat lunch, this time I eat dinner. That would be a 10. A 1 would be like, I mean, like when I eat, I eat. When I'm hungry, I'm hungry.
Okay. So I feel like right now I'm more at like a 2 probably, just because coming off of this week and just like everything that's going on.
Right.
I feel like I'm kind of on that end of the scale, but I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I think I really am getting a lot more motivated to like make changes. So I'm probably close to like a 5 or a 6 on like, I don't think I'm gonna like schedule every like hour or like certain times in. That would be great, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. But I'm definitely like at the point where I'm like, okay, I need to do this. And with summer coming, I think that's good. So I should have more time to at least like find things that are easy and like inexpensive to make, and then I can take that with me into the next like academic year when everything picks up again and gets really crazy. So I think I can see that in sight. So that's making me more motivated, because I want to eat healthier and I want to know how to like cook for myself and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just haven't had time.
Yeah.
To do it. So I think like right now in this moment, I'm still more on the other end of the scale, the more like, it's whatever, but I know that I want to move more towards the middle.
So after like this week and the stresses of this week and like getting ready to head towards finals, you say you're at a 2, but would you say overall you're more of a 5 or 6? Like, and like aside from the stresses of this week, that's pretty high, Dylana.
Yeah.
Like
I'm ready
to be ready to go.
Change.
Ready to go. Give the time and the money.
Yeah.
It'll be healthy.
Yeah.
That's pretty high. So what do you think would make you an 8? Or 7. You can take it down a little bit.
I want to say, like, it sounds bad, but like a health problem or something to like wake me up. Like, Dylana, you need to eat better.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really know. I feel like I just need to, maybe I just need to see myself like be successful. So I need to like try something and just see it work and be like, oh, I can do this. Like, I do have time. This is important, obviously. I think I'm getting there. Like, I am realizing that I need to, you know, like I said, cook for myself and take care of myself and stuff. And so I think I'm leaning more towards that end. So yeah, that'd probably be it. Just seeing myself be like successful and realizing that it's important. Yeah.
Yeah, it can happen.
Yeah.
Is there not a pause? Is there a pause the video?
I don't know.
I'm gonna pause our conversation really quick.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
So it sounds like the motivation to get to an 8 and make a significant change in terms of health and everything would just be having some experience of it working out and like seeing it implemented.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think honestly, I've always been like a pretty healthy person. Like I've always just been really active with like sports and stuff and like getting exercise, and I've never really had like a reason to feel like I need to like devote all this time to like being or knowing how to like eat healthy. I think because I did grow up, you know, thankfully with a mom who always provided like really nutritious meals for the most part and stuff. And so I think I always had that luxury, honestly, because I know a lot of people don't have that. And so now that I'm on my own, I have to kind of like figure that out. And so I feel like that's one of the problems.
Yeah. Because from your mom, the structure was already there.
Yeah.
The balance in the meal was already there.
Yeah.
So it is a challenge to, like, how do I do this? What did mom make?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. I have kind of a more imaginative question for you.
Okay.
So it's gonna require you to think a little bit creatively.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Don't be scared. Don't be alarmed.
Okay.
So let's say you go to sleep, you go to bed one night, and when you wake up in the morning, the problem that you described, like about having time to cook or like not being healthy or not feeling like you're eating healthy, it's gone. The problem is gone. But you don't know. You haven't been told anything. So when you wake up that next morning and this miracle has happened, how will you know that it's occurred? Does that make sense? Like what in your life would tell you that it's happened?
I think I would wake up like immediately upon waking up, like before I can get out of bed. I think I would feel like good because like I usually get about 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night, which is about what I need. Sometimes I need a little more. I'm one of those. And so that's why sometimes when I wake up in the morning and I don't feel that great, I know it's not because I didn't get enough sleep. Like, and I know it's not because like I sleep all the way through the night, so it's not sleep. I'm like it has to be food or just lack of, you know, I didn't eat a good dinner the night before or something, and so now I just wake up and I don't feel that great, or I didn't eat like I ate too early, like I ate at like 4:30 and then didn't really eat very much in between, and so I think I would wake up and feel like really refreshed and like good and like energized already. You know, after getting a good night's sleep, I should feel like that, and so I think that would be the first thing. And then that would kind of carry on throughout the day, and I wouldn't really have to worry like, man, why do I feel so tired? Why am I yawning right now? It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm with all these second graders, and I just keep yawning. I wouldn't feel that either because again, I got enough sleep, and you know that kind of like worry and just like worry about them, or even like my other my cooperating teacher wondering, I don't know if she does, but like wondering why are you so tired. So that would be gone, and I guess the whole problem of just not having like healthy meals would be gone because they would magically be there because it'd be a miracle, right? So that'd be cool. And I would magically have time. I don't know. My schedule would just open up a little window every day for me to like cook dinner, and it would be great and awesome. So yeah, I guess that. But I think that the main thing would just I would just feel more like myself, like I feel when I do eat good meals and stuff like that. It would be like that all the time. Which is ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would.
Did I answer it?
That definitely answers it.
Second question.
So are there any other areas where you would see that the miracle has happened? We talked about like just upon waking up, going throughout the day, not having to ask yourself the question of like, why am I so tired? You said that in like on the miracle day you would have time to prepare those meals. Could you like explore a little bit more about like what would it look like for you to have time?
I guess I would just like come home after like I don't know, it depends on the day, after I get off work or after a class or something, and I would feel not rushed, and I would feel like, okay, I'm gonna go to the pantry. There's gonna be options for me, because that's another thing. We don't have all of my roommates. We don't have a lot of time to go to the store and like fill the pantry with like good things. So we'll have like a lot of random stuff here and there, and so I would be able to go in and like find stuff, that I want or whatever to make, and I think I wouldn't feel stressed out about taking time to cook, because now it's like 5:00 and I need to do this and this and this and this tonight because it's due at midnight or tomorrow or whatever. So I would feel like good and like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be getting this is right. I guess I wouldn't feel like it was like not a burden, but like just another thing to do. It would be just normal, I guess.
It would feel more easily incorporated into your life instead of being like, oh, I gotta cook, or oh, I have to eat.
Yeah, or like, what am I gonna eat? Like, it would just kind of be like, oh, it'd be more positive too, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other areas where you think you would notice that the miracle had happened? No pressure if there aren't any.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, no. I think that's it. Yeah, I think just like those energy levels, that's really the big thing that affects like my entire day, I guess. So, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah.
So when you were describing your miracle day, you mentioned your cooperating teacher, and that's the teacher that like you work alongside with in her classroom.
Yeah, she's the classroom teacher, and so I go there half days, 2 days a week, and just kind of work with the kids and teach a couple lessons and stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, she's called the cooperating teacher for my experience.
Okay. So you said at one point like she would probably think to herself like, oh, like why is she? Or you?
I wonder if she.
You wonder if you wonder if she thinks right now, why is Dylana so tired?
I mean, I have no idea if she actually does, but I mean, like this morning, for example, I was there and I was like extra tired, and I just kept like yawning and stuff, and I didn't like. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with yawning and being tired, but I just don't think it's very like professional, and I don't want, kids are kids, they're smart, and so they're gonna, if they sense my energy, I'm just kind of like, what'd you say? What? Then they're gonna pick up on that, and like, I don't know, that's just not how I want to be when I'm around kids, from a teacher's perspective. And so yeah, I just wonder like if she senses it, or even other people like at work, or like when I'm giving tours for the admissions office here, sometimes, not so much recently, but like last summer I was just like burnt out on tours and just like really tired, and so I just wondered if people could sense that I was just like, I'd give like 2 tours in a row from like 11 to 12 and then 12 to 1. I hadn't eaten since like 9, and I'm like, I don't have any energy, like I need
you're running.
Yeah, and then I just needed to go back and eat and get some more energy, and so I just wonder if other people like realize it, I guess, how tired I am, because I don't like, I mean, it's not fun, when you're around someone who's like super like lethargic or anything, because it's, especially when you're the one who's like on, like teaching and giving tours, like you're supposed to be the one like, yeah, like this is awesome. So,
and it sounds like you engage people a lot. Every day.
I do more than I ever realized. Yeah, I do, especially recently. Yeah, whether it's kids or people coming here to visit, or just friends, or like people I work with or something. So yeah.
So would you say that any of those people, the relationships that you've just identified, your coworkers, and the cooperating teacher, with your roommates, would any of those people that you are in contact with regularly, like, how would they know that the miracle had happened? Or do you think they would know? or would they see a change?
I feel like my roommates definitely would, just because I live with them and we've talked about food before, like not eating, like none of us, not, I guess all of us kind of struggle with eating healthy, like a lot of people in college do, I think. And so I think they would notice, because I mean, I'm pretty like, I can have a lot of energy, like when I feel good, and I can be really like, whoa, what's up, like animated and dramatic like usual. But I mean, even just the other day, one of my friends was like, Dylana, are you okay? You don't seem like yourself or whatever. And I think it was because this was yesterday, I was just like, I had a headache and I was really tired and I hadn't eaten, and I was eating like pita chips and hummus or something. And like she could tell, I think, that I was kind of like just like exhausted.
Zoning out.
And so yeah, I mean, I zone out a lot because I think I'm just like and so I think I definitely think people can tell, like when I'm more energetic and when I'm a little bit more fun. And I think, I don't know, I mean, even when I'm like working with like kids and my cooperating teacher, even if I'm not feeling it, if I'm not feeling like this morning, I was like, oh man, I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm pretty tired, but I still tried to like, okay, yeah. So I mean, I try to kind of cover it up, I guess. But so I don't know if they would really notice, but I think definitely the people who are around me the most would probably. I mean, you can tell when you're more pumped up or when you're a little more sleepy.
Right.
So yeah.
So those people closest to you.
Yeah.
Would definitely be able to
that
see
know
difference.
Me, yeah, and the different sides of me or moods or whatever you want to call it. So yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like you detailed your miracle day pretty well, and like how that would how it would happen in your life, like what it would, how you could picture it. I'm curious to know if there's any parts of the miracle day that you've experienced before. Like if there's any part of it happened, like even in the slightest, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like, I don't know, I mean, I don't eat poorly like all day every day. I mean, there's definitely days where I eat, really well and like everything's great and I have a lot of sleep and I'm really energetic, and so I definitely experienced the miracle day, I guess, and which is good. Because then I just feel like I can go through, the whole day or pretty much the whole day. I'm young, like I should be able to go through the day and feel energized and like good about everything and be able to give, like, I'm just one of those people who I always kind of want to give like 100% in whatever I'm doing, if it's work or like something that needs my effort and energy.
Right.
And so those days when I feel like I can, go to field experience and feel good about like how I was able to like present myself with the kids, and then go to class and be able to be attentive and like interested and engaged, and then go to work and try and be productive and get my assignments and projects and stuff done, or if I'm getting a tour, give like a good tour and come across as pumped up or whatever.
Yeah.
And then and then just being with like friends and my roommates and stuff and just engaging with them and just being like a positive or not positive, I don't know, just like a engaged person.
Right.
So there's definitely days like that. And so I guess I think it's just like having those energy levels, and not that I can't, like I can make myself be energetic even if I'm hungry, but or haven't been eating healthy. So yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen it. I think it's just like being able to maintain that, which is a lot when you're really busy. So yeah.
So on the day when you said that, like you had your field experience and you went to class and you were attentive, and you were asking questions and you were with your friends and you were able to like be present with them too. Was there any qualities in particular that, like, did that day feel random or did it feel deliberate? What was happening? Like, did it feel like
I mean, it felt more like deliberate, like when I've gotten enough rest and I have food in me, like I'm realizing that food and like eating healthy is really a big deal in like how you're able to like live your life, because it's energy. And I think that's why like people who experience poverty and like kids who come to school that are living in poverty and they haven't eaten a meal, like that's why they're not able to like succeed in school sometimes, is because like they're thinking about food, and like if you don't eat, you don't have energy, and then you're sleepy, and so you might fall asleep at your desk. Like I've been in classrooms where kids have done that before, and so I think it's just yeah, I mean, I think if it's deliberate, then like I know I'm taking care of myself, I guess. So maybe it just comes down more to that. I just need to take better care of myself. And eating healthy is a really big part of that. So, yeah, it can be deliberate if I make it.
What are some of the ways you're deliberate in taking care of yourself now? Just apart from, like, some of the things that you do to take care of yourself.
I'm really serious about getting enough sleep, even when, I don't know, in college, like, you know, it's all about staying up late and running on caffeine. I've definitely had a couple nights like that this week, but usually I'm like, I don't care what other people are doing. I'm going to go to bed at a good hour. Like, for field experience, I have to get up at 6 on, like, Mondays and Wednesdays. So Sunday nights and Tuesday nights, I try to be in bed by 10, which would give me about 8 hours. And so sleep is something that I don't mess around when it comes to sleep.
It sounds like it's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, pretty much.
You are going to get your sleep.
I mean, this week has been a little different. I've kind of let it slide a little bit, which is okay. But for the most part, sleep's really important. And, like, exercise, I'm not the best at it. It's kind of more here and there. But, I mean, I love being active. I love playing sports. And so being able to coach has been really great. And, like, today I got to go play against some 8th graders for basketball. And, like, I was exhausted because I'm so out of shape. But, like, that was really good as well. I was able to kind of just be active, and that always makes me feel better. So, yeah, that's a big one, I guess. So sleep and just being active, and then, yeah, I mean, I think, like, mentally, I'm pretty, like, balanced. I try and, you know, write down my stuff, things like that, and stay organized and on top of things. So I think just, like, eating healthy and making sure that I'm ready to do all those things is really important.
Mm-hmm. I like what you said about sleep. It just shows, like, you really do value taking care of yourself. Even, like, being aware of the change that you want to make, but also just the dedication in college to say, like, oh, you guys are going to Taco Bell at 2 a.m.? That's too bad. I'm getting 8 hours of sleep. I think that just points how much, like, for one thing, you value yourself, but also you value, like, knowing how things are going to affect you. And so sleep leads to you being more productive. Sleep leads to you being more engaged, more present with your friends. And so, yeah, I feel like...
That's good. I know. Sometimes I get made fun of. Yeah.
No.
Like, oh, okay, Grandma, like, go to bed. See you later. 8 o'clock. You go to bed at 8 o'clock. Like, don't go to bed at 8 o'clock. I just get 8 hours.
I just get 8 hours.
Made fun of
There's
sometimes.
a difference between going to bed at 8.
All these people are walking around like zombies and tired, and, you know, I'm not.
You're wide awake. You're wide awake.
So now I just gotta pair that with eating healthy and.
But I mean, that you have a very important skill from what I'm hearing you say, that you are able to regiment things. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Would you agree that's a skill that you have?
Yeah. I mean, I've always been taught about the importance of balancing out things in your life and making sure that, you know, you do have relatively even things or whatever, what works best for you. And so getting enough sleep is one of those. And I mean, I've taken midnight Taco Bell runs, you know, but I just do it on the right days, like when I don't have to get up at 6 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I think just kind of being, like, conscious of when, like seeing the consequences of, like, if I do this, how am I going to feel about it tomorrow? So, like, if I go to Taco Bell at 2 and I have to get up at 6 for field experience, is that going to be cool, or is that going to totally suck when I have to wake up in the morning and then go see a bunch of 8-year-olds and they're going to expect me to be like, hi guys? No, it's not going to work out so well. So that's why I go to bed at 10.
Yep. And that's a very mature choice to make, because a lot of your peers aren't making it. Okay. So I feel like I've heard a lot about, like, what the measures that you feel need to be put in place in order for this to happen. Mm-hmm. And you've also identified the skills that you have and the strengths that you have, and you know what you value. And so how motivated would you say you are to making this work?
I think I'm pretty motivated. I don't know. I've just been kind of disappointed in how, like, tired I've been recently, and how, like, I just haven't been, like, after I eat something, like, I just don't feel like I fed my body, like, something healthy, like, and you know, I just haven't feel good about that. And I think I can see how it really has been affecting my energy levels and, like, just kind of how I go throughout my day. And so, and I don't like that, like, because I am pretty busy. It's important to have energy, and I can't just rely on, I'd like to think that, I just need coffee, like, I just need some caffeine. Like, no. I had coffee like an hour ago and I'm still really tired.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's necessarily that. So I think it's just I think I am motivated. I think I can see like in the very near future time where I'll be able to kind of think about it a little bit more and like figure it out and see how I can make it be more of like a reality. So I think that's motivating me a lot as well. So yeah, I'm pretty motivated.
Yeah. It sounds like you want to get your body some nutrients and like.
Sounds kind of silly, but
no,
like,
no,
I feel
but
like it's like a real.
No, I don't think it's silly at all. It's hard because coffee. We see the benefits really quickly of coffee, and it's like 30 minutes in, and you're back to being super alert if you were very tired. But getting that habit of sleep and cooking these foods that take time and all of that, it's definitely, it's not a silly thing to not have a like complete grip on it or so. Yeah, so I'm just gonna think about all of the things that like the things that you've shared and different strengths that you've identified. I'm gonna formulate some feedback, and so I will take a break, and then in 5 minutes, I'll give you some of that information. Okay, that sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Do you need water or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Can you stop it?